Hey students, so today we are going to walk through Big Ideas Math, which is the app on our Clever page that you will find all of your math assignments on, things that you will practice after you've watched a video and learned some new things. You'll go to Big Ideas Math. That's also where you're going to take your tests as well, and here we go. So as you can see on my screen, we are on our Clever homepage. This is a teacher homepage, so it may look different than your Clever student page. But as you can see, I have on my teacher page here. In my teacher page, you're just basically going to see some of these other apps repeated. You'll see that I have a YouTube channel, and you can get to it by just clicking my YouTube app, which is in my teacher page if you click there. So if I click there, I'll show you. I've got the Skyward app repeated there, my YouTube channel, if you want to click there. And then only thing I have on my YouTube channel is just the math stuff that I record for you. I don't do anything crazy or something that you would probably think is non-school related. So it's just for math. And then Edpuzzle is the program that we use to answer questions in the middle of a video that you're watching and you're learning new things. And here's our Big Ideas Math again. So you can get there through my teacher page, but again, you can also just click the Big Ideas Math on the regular Clever page as well. Now, sometimes you have to scroll way down here to find it, but if you click the little heart, what that will do is it will shoot it to the top of your page, so you see that at the top. So you can see that I've got a few things in my favorites because I've clicked the heart. Once you click on Big Ideas Learning, it'll get you to your Big Ideas Math account. Every so often, it'll ask you to sign in. And instead of actually entering any passwords or anything like that, you just click the little link that says Login with Clever, and you don't have to remember any passwords. So once you're in your Big Ideas Math, this is my home screen, which is clicked Resources at the top. These three main tabs are going to be kind of where you navigate where you want to go. So right now I'm in my Resources. We also have an Assignments tab and a Reports tab. So let's start out with Resources since we're here. And again, yours might look a little differently than mine, but you're going to see some squares in your Resources. A couple of ones I want you to focus on. This one right here that says Student Dynamic eBook. If I click that resource, what that does is it actually opens up your guys' online textbook. So if you want to go to the library and check out an actual physical textbook, you can. That way you can flip through the pages. Sometimes parents also appreciate that. But if you just want to access your online textbook instead of having a paper copy that's checked out, you can do that right here. So what that'll do is it'll bring up probably only one book for you guys because we are in the green. And for some reason, my picture's not popping up, but you probably will only have one book that sits there. So just click on the green textbook. It's probably going to be the only one that you see sitting there. And what this does is it actually opens up page for page the actual book, and it's just an online version. So to navigate your textbook so that you don't have to flip 1,000 pages over and over and over, I'll show you a couple of things that you can do. So right now, if you just look at what page I'm sitting on here, at the top, you're going to see the title of the lesson, and then you can see 3.1 represents Chapter 3, Lesson 1. So for some reason, it opened up to Chapter 3. Must have been the last page that I looked at. So over here, if you look at your navigation tools, you have a table of contents. I use this a lot. If I want to just go right to a specific chapter or a lesson, you can click the contents, and then you can see there's the cover, chapters, all listed, the appendix, selected answers. Yes, they do give you some of the answers so that you can check your math work. And then vocabulary index, student index, and then the mathematical reference sheet. So if let's say I'm currently in chapter 8, I could just click the plus sign, and then it'll bring me to all the sections in chapter 8. So you don't have to thumb through these pages one by one and make them all load. So let's say I want to go directly to chapter 8, chapter review, or the chapter test, or the study help. I would just click there, and then it would get right to those pages for you, which is kind of nice. instead of going to the contents, if you already know exactly what page number you want to be looking at, you can just go up here to the pages in the drop down and type in whatever page you want to go to and click enter, and then it would take you right there as well. You can bookmark specific pages over here on the side. You can highlight things. So there's lots of tools you can use in your online textbook. So that's the main resource that you may want to take a look at in your resources tab. So if I go back to my resources tab, that, remember, is the student dynamic ebook. If you keep looking at some of these other tabs that I have, you may not have every single one of these tabs, but you can kind of look through there and investigate today if you want to see what they have for you to actually use. Just wanted to highlight that ebook for you. And that one again is right here. Now, the one that you'll probably use the most is the tab named Assignments. So if I click Assignments, what will happen here is that everything that I've actually assigned for you to complete is going to show up on a list. Right now, I haven't assigned anything for you guys to do. So if you log into your assignments, you will probably not see anything sitting there. But if you do see something sitting there, you'll see a little pencil over here on the right-hand side, and that's how you enter into the assignment. You will see that there might be a list of assignments sitting there, and some of them might have a little locked icon. That means that they will unlock when I would like you to start doing those assignments. So I usually lock them until a specific day, because I always want to make sure that you're watching the instructional video first before you try out the assignment that goes with it. So the assignments tab is important. That's where all of your assignments will be. Once you submit an assignment, it will go over here into the reports section. So the reports is important because, and as you can see, I don't have any reports sitting here, but it is important because once you submit an assignment, you can always go back and see your grade that you got on it. You can see which questions that you got correct or incorrect. So if you ever wanted to redo an assignment, you could go in here and see which ones you need to fix. Instead of having to redo the entire assignment, you could just look and see, oh, I just need to fix number 2 and number 7, and the rest I'm going to leave alone. And then you would ask me to send the assignment back to you, and I would unsubmit it, send it back to you, and you could fix the assignment and then turn it back in and resubmit it. So that is something that I would have to do on my end to send it back to you. So that's kind of an overview of your Big Ideas Math. You've got your resources tab. That's where your electronic book is going to be. You've got your assignments tab. That's where all the assignments that I'm going to assign for you will be sitting. And then you've got the reports tab. One more thing about the assignments, you do have a couple different tabs inside your assignments, and one of them is overdue. So if I have a due date on an assignment, if it hits that due date, that assignment will move into a different tab. So on your front screen that you see in your assignments, you may have nothing sitting there, but if you click the overdue tab, you may have something sitting in the overdue tab that needs to be completed. So double check that as well. And that's kind of an overview of your Big Ideas Math. Of course, let me know if you have any questions.